Well, if you've been following along, you know we're talking about all things customer success in action. And our next story is a powerful example of how universities are accelerating transformation with Oracle. We're joined by Susan Entz, Senior Associate Vice President of Finance and Treasurer at Baylor University, and Damien Carey, Senior Vice President and Chief Digital Officer for Oracle Customer Success Services. Thank you both for joining today.
Thank you.
No, we appreciate your time, and we've had an incredible conversation so far, and we keep going on this customer success conversation, so I'm excited to dive in with you. So Susan, let's go to you first. You know, Baylor is a world-class institution, and you're balancing tradition with transformation. What challenges led you to partner with Oracle?
So our desire really to increase the way that we're transforming Baylor and our business, and the pace in which we do that has been really important. Secondly, I would say that the ability to proactively plan our financial systems and business, and to incorporate that to be more efficient and effective in the way that we implement our softwares to support us. And then I guess lastly would be, as we think about AI, being able to practically adopt it and accelerate the way that we do that.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, thank you very much. So Damien, you launched Oracle Cloud Success Navigator just 6 months ago. Can you dive into that a bit more?
Sure, I'd be happy to. But firstly, can I just thank Susan for joining me today?
Absolutely.
It's been a great customer, but also a great partner as we've been making our journey with Cloud Success Navigator, giving us advice as we've been building it. So what is Cloud Success Navigator? Well, really, it's no coincidence that we chose the word navigator, because it's really like a GPS for the enterprise.
Oh, I love that, yeah.
Helping customers, really guiding them on their journey through the cloud with their cloud transformation. And we do that with Oracle's recommendation of Oracle's best practices to help guide them through their journey in every part of the cloud lifecycle, whether it's the discovery, the buying experience, or implementation, or living and innovating and thriving in the cloud. So the other thing is that we're trying to guide our customers towards more of a solution-led paradigm. And that means more of an off-the-shelf approach to implementation and their cloud transformation. And Safra, our former CEO, would often say to customers that it's really about customers thinking about approaching a cloud transformation where they take 80% of their need and of what they need to go fast versus 100% of what they want, but taking a much longer time to get there. So Navigator is really philosophically all about helping customers accelerate time to value. And in the 6 months since we've launched, Shana, we've now got 7,500 customers live.
Wow.
And partners. And it's free. It's free for all customers and generally available.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate the description of a GPS, because that definitely paints the picture of what
Sure.
this is. And I like how you said accelerating time to value. That's very important. So how are you combining AI-driven guidance insights into this to make this smoother and faster?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so, firstly, Cloud Success Navigator is a collaborative platform where we can work with our customers in real time. So we share all of the data, all the information about the customer, but we also work with our partners. It's a customer-owned application. It's the customer's instance. They govern and control it. But it's also here, in terms of where we unlock AI value, is with some key tools. So firstly, we have pre-configured environments, so where customers can actually get access to the software solution in a safe environment. It's in their test pod, their test environment, and it's pre-configured with master data and KPIs and reports, fully configured, but with all the AI services that Steve Miranda's team have built, they're switched on. So it's like a safe sandbox they can play in and prototype. And then the other thing that we've done, not only turning AI on, but with Steve Miranda's announcement this week with the marketplace, where partners are placing their Fusion AI agents, customers can also use those AI agents partners have created and test them and use them, become familiar with them in our starter configure environment. So the second area where customers really unlock AI value is with our AI Adoption Center. And in our AI Adoption Center, we're enabling customers with quarterly releases to get access and retrieve
That's great.
AI innovation at the speed of AI instantaneously, but based on their context. So we have a production profile in Navigator, and we know everything about the customer, what they've procured, what they're using, what they're not using. And so the AI Adoption Center really helps to provide context and relevancy in terms of what we would recommend that they adopt from an AI perspective. And then lastly, in the AI Adoption Center, we also have embedded education. So our training and certification content is there to help customers with the AI Agentic Studio. Steve talked about this yesterday in the partner meeting, but we have over 35,000 partners now trained and certified, and nearly 850,000 customers as well that have been through the AI training with Oracle University embedded in the Cloud Success Navigator. The third area that I'll touch on in terms of unlocking AI value in the Cloud Success Navigator is the roadmap. So helping our customers think about the future. How do they get organized and manage what they need to deploy, when they need to do it, prioritize around business value, and then also as a change management tool to communicate across the organization within their enterprise, but also with partners and Oracle as well.
That's great, and thank you. That really illustrates that a bit more, and that value is packed. But how does that translate, Susan, into measurable results?
Right. So, I mean, when we think about Oracle Success Navigator, it really has been a game changer for Baylor. It has streamlined the way that we get information about upcoming releases, about new features that potentially that we're looking at implementing. And so rather than having to wait for release notes to be published and our teams having to go out and pull that information and bring it in, synthesize it, then communicate to our functional teams what the practical use is, really by it all being in one place, it has really made a difference in the way that we operate. And so our teams really used it this last time in implementing Redwood and the rollout of Redwood to really get up to speed more effectively and efficiently. And then I would say as we got to the testing point of our implementation of Redwood, it really saved us about 30% of our time to set up the functionality and make the adjustments we wanted to make. And so it really has been an amazing tool. And from the AI adoption piece, I think it just takes it to a whole new level. The thing that we've loved about Success Navigator is that seeing the continued maturity of the product and the investment in it that has enabled us to continue to move forward at a faster pace than we would have been able to move forward.
You know, that's a common theme we're hearing across the board is that speed and giving back the time, and so we're starting to feel this moment of speed in everything that we're doing, what you're doing. And it's increasing into this moment of reaching the impossible thing. Right. And it allows our teams to be that value add piece very quickly, rather than the researcher behind the scenes. So that's been incredible. And I mean, the way that we're looking at AI, I mean, we love that we can get certifications in AI. We've got teams that are already, even though it's rolled out in the last couple, 2-3 weeks, I've got one that's already certified, and we have several that are going through the certification. And I think it's just going to equip them to be able to practically implement AI features for us more efficiently. I think that's wonderful, and the education is so important because it's helping everyone get on board with AI and really helping understand that AI, you don't have to make AI work. It's going to work for you, and being able to dive into that learning. Well, thank you so much. And so, Damien, I hear you've already released some new features. So talk to me about things in the future and any of these new features helping customers like Baylor accelerate AI adoption.
Absolutely. Well, funnily enough, that not only are we enabling our customers on AI features in our software, embedded in our software, but we're also now really excited to announce that we've got an AI assist on Cloud Success Navigator, which really accelerates how customers and partners interact and plan and do all the things they do on Cloud Success Navigator. So we've got a very robust architecture that we've built. It's fairly complex engineering, but we use all of the capability that Oracle Cloud Infrastructure provides with AI guardrails to make sure we're compliant and that we manage profanity and any other things that can go wrong out there. But we also use RAG, we use model context protocol and vector database, all coming together to make sure that the customer's getting access to only their data when they're running their queries. And we launched our AI Assist model only in the last couple of weeks before AI World.
Well, congratulations.
So thank you. And our customers are already doing very creative and amazing things. They've started doing their own regression testing. They've built integrations out of the box that we hadn't even thought that they could have done with Jira and other tools. So I think we're very excited about that because it really helps to put the power in the fingertips of the customer to get access to an enormous amount of data that we provided for them in Navigator, but really in the flow of work as they're working and prompting them as well around giving them the right guidance that I talked about before.
Absolutely. We hear it again, speed, but then also superpower. Like it's giving, a superpower.
Precisely.
But I really appreciate, Damien, how you talk about it. You can hear how excited you are for what's happening in this moment and things that you are creating, like the AI Assist. And so how are you being able to implement the AI Assist?
So, we're really looking at it to pull that information, using it as a recommender of features that we should be implementing, to pull information about new releases and doing executive summaries so that we can be more efficient in the way that we educate our people. Are a couple of ways that we're starting to look at using it. And I know that it'll grow from there.
That's great. That's great. Well, Damien, I've heard about this expansion that Success Navigator is going to go to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Why is this important?
Well, I think no surprise that Oracle is #1 in the world for AI workloads, right? So, and we've all seen the press recently and the great progress and momentum that's driving us at Oracle. However, I think we still need to, like we have for Fusion, make it easier for customers to enable them with their OCI workloads. So we built a version of Navigator for OCI, and it really starts with the discovery process, helping to drive efficiencies and common standards across the way that customers and partners work with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, from the discovery and through the design and through to implementation. And we're initially focused on 3 workloads, so AI workloads for customers, but also multi-cloud and database, and then associating those workloads with best practices and then tools that assist them in ensuring they do create the right design. So we have a well-architected tool that helps them with design, gives them all the key principles they should be thinking about from a security standpoint, how they move to the future state architecture. And then we have Cloud Migration Advisor, which we've used for a long time internally at Oracle. We're making that available to customers to really help accelerate the speed and drive speed to migration for database workloads, and then a landing zone capability as well, which ensures that they're compliant as they think about deploying those workloads in the future. So all launching today at AI World.
That is wonderful and so much. And, Susan, thank you so much for joining us, because I hope that Damien and his team continue to power you and Baylor University forward into what you want to do next. And so thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.